Good morning, Lincoln Academy. Here we go with another community meeting. I know that this week we've all been reflecting upon what has been this last year, and there's been some really neat comments here that you're going to see in this video this week, this community meeting this week. And if I look at this myself, I think I would have told myself a year ago, be patient. This is going to be difficult and much more difficult, and it's going to stress you in ways, and your team and your faculty in ways that you didn't understand and didn't appreciate. Living in a pandemic as a professional and as a person and as a parent and as a student has been really hard. And so be patient, and that would be something I would have said to myself. I think I would have also said, would have appreciated, look for those moments and celebrate those moments of gratitude that you do find in your day-to-day, whether it's walking outside, whether it's a meal with your family, whether it's seeing some innovation in a teacher or a spark in a student's eye. I think those moments have really helped me get through this, and I didn't know how much I would have appreciated them. So those are the things I would have said. I hope you enjoy this community meeting. We'll see you next week.
Greetings, Yale Eagles. Would like to announce the February Students of the Month, if I can at this time. Senior, Gavin Williams. Junior, Forrest Holbrook. Sophomore, Abigail Reed. And Bonnie Bailey, freshman. Congratulations to those Students of the Month for February. Now for Pride cards. We'll start a penalty box pizza from Jenny to Irish Hope for helping with how to go to school in a pandemic. Video. This is from Mr. Pay to Nettie York for hallway decorating by the main office way back in homecoming, beginning of the year. From Mr. Walter to Maddie Russ for demonstrating resilience and commitment to problem solving while test taking software failing midway through an exam. Metcalfs to Allison Chadwick from the LA Guidance Department for completing the class of 2001 Future Plan Survey. And finally, from Ms. Sylvia to Calvin Caswell for doing a great job on advisor door decorating and great effort in drawing class. Have a great week.
I'm here with Cooper, who was the only student from Lincoln Academy who was accepted into Jazz All-States. Cooper, how was your experience?
It's pretty good. I learned a lot, met some new friends, had a good time.
How was it different from a non-COVID year?
Well, it was virtual, so we obviously didn't get to go to a festival, but we just had Zooms and master classes, so that was pretty unique and different.
Do you think it was easier or harder having it be online versus in person?
I'd say harder because everyone can't play together. We have to take turns, but yeah.
Do you plan on auditioning for Jazz All-States next year?
Yes, I do.
Overall, how would you rate your experience?
Like a 7.5 out of 10.
Perfect. Thanks for chatting, Cooper.
Yeah, no problem.
I want to know who you are.
Jack, I never meant to hurt you.
I want the
I
truth.
don't understand.
Are you Elizabeth? Are you Charlene? Who are you really?
Jack, you're killing me.
Sun's gone down. Bad things happen. He's right.
Jack?
You know, not alive. Not dead. Somewhere in between.
I can hear you.
Who killed her, Penelope?
Who did kill her, Jack? Was it you? Or Leo?
Wasn't supposed to happen. That way the whole thing went sour. It was like a roller coaster ride right up to the finish.
You disappeared with this woman for 3 days. Me and Leo were going crazy. You wouldn't tell me nothing. Then bam, the 3 of you are dead out here on these piers.
Quit busting my chops, Stone! You in with this lady or not? I've never heard of her, Ed. He was carrying brass like a Benningham and Hornset. I wake up with a lump on my head and this pinned to my lapel.
How do you know my name?
Knowing is my business, Miss DeWitt.
Where to begin?
Who's this?
You better let him tell it. I wish to discuss the red-headed beauty who's kept you well occupied these 3 days.
Leo, tell this bum he's beginning to bother me.
Take the old man's money, honor his request, and nobody in this crapshoot town ever sets eyes on Jack or Leo again.
No!
You aren't listening.
I am, and I say no!
You have 2 choices.
Get it right.
It's the way the world's going these days. Why we gotta be like a bunch of crazy gorillas living in a jungle or something, you know? I got a job waiting for me out west. Me and the boyfriend are headed to California this very night. We came into some dough and we're out of this place. I hope you get famous or something, really. Really. I do.
It's done.
I hope you get back to where it is you were going.
So just wanted to point out the GSTA's bulletin board. If you haven't checked it out, we're right across from Miss Sims' classroom. And we put this up just to be a visible presence in the school. And we've got anonymous Ask the GSTA if you have questions. There's blank paper here. We've got some other information, crisis resources. And meetings are open to people who want to come. And it's just a fun, social, supportive club. Do you want to say anything else about that, Kendall?
I think it's pretty much an all-inclusive place. There's no judgment. It's pretty fun to be in.
And today we're having chocolate chip cookies.
Yes.
Can't beat that.
That's always a plus.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Liam, if you could give yourself advice a year ago today, what would it be?
Invest in toilet paper.
Thank you.
Invest in Zoom stock.
Invest in GameStop.
Invest in GameStop because that would have been a pretty big win.
I would have tried to enjoy the singing as a choir regular day a lot more. I mean, I did. We actually sang in community meeting the day before our last day in community meeting. But yeah, we would have the rehearsals leading up to that. We would have done so much more just fun.
I would have treated COVID more real because I was just kind of messing around, and then I didn't realize that for the next year we won't be able to do anything.
Hold on.
Retire. Just kidding.
I would tell myself to be kind to myself.
My advice would be to stay in touch with my friends.
I tell myself to rethink my life.
My advice would be to take a deep breath, relax, and know that it's going to be okay.
If I knew a year ago what I know today, I would have stayed an extra week in Sweden to see my parents.
tell myself to get outside as much as possible, go for walks, go hiking.
I would tell my past self how to make the coronavirus vaccine.
To actually do my schoolwork and pass everything.
I would tell my pre-pandemic self, you were right. Nothing is secure. There's very little in the world that you can count as trustworthy. Things are about to change an awful lot.
Drink less coffee and more water.
Buy the toilet paper. Get another cat.
Find ways to cope.
I would tell myself to invest my time in learning karate.
Because now you're a black belt?
Oh yeah, I'm a black belt.
Nice.
My piece of advice to myself would be stop procrastinating so much.
I'd be nicer to students.
Okay, so I would tell myself to keep up with my strength because when I went back to gym, I was like a wet noodle.
Be more sure of myself.
Study for geometry tests.
I would say to read more books.
I'd tell myself that you need to pay attention more.
I would tell my freshman Marley to not procrastinate.
Vibe check regularly.
Wherever you go, you're always going to be there.
Wow.
Yeah, words of wisdom.
Good job on quitting caffeine.
I would for sure sleep more.
Be patient. Everything's going to be okay and it's going to get better.
Find time to enjoy the things you love.
When the pandemic hits, try to stay in shape.
I would probably just tell myself to keep calm, everything's gonna be fine. It might seem like it's a crazy time, but you'll get through it.
I would definitely prioritize finding a way to make myself not procrastinate as bad as I did.
Procrastinating?
I would tell myself the only constant in life is change.
Jack, if you could give yourself advice a year ago today, what would it be?
I would tell myself to build the bunker faster.
Thank you, Jack.
Don't slack off when it comes to practicing ballet at home.
Kate, if you were to give yourself from a year ago advice, what would it be?
I would definitely procrastinate less, both in quarantine and in school, because it's not good.
Hug people more often.
Start slow and then ease up.
Give as many people as I could a hug and to try to stay in touch with my friends because I didn't do that.
Stop watching the news.
What I would tell myself is you just gotta live your life to the fullest. You know, every day is a gift.
I would try to find some healthy ways to deal with stress.
Probably hug your friends while you can.
Keep your friends close.
And your
enemies closer. Yeah.
I would tell myself to keep on keeping on, continue to stay in touch with family, and to appreciate everything that you have at all times.
Walk down the